What's going on, y'all? Let's take a look at the non-amazing Lucas over here crying, just saying the most disgusting things about how he feels about certain people based on not things that they have done, but more so the color of their skin. He's nasty, bro. Super nasty. Nasty song guaranteed.
Yeah.
Not yet, not yet. Let's get into some of the racism.
I want people to understand that after they railroaded him in court, what they're looking to do now is to finish the job. That's correct. Because what has recently happened is that GiveSendGo has unpublished and removed the page of Carmelo Anthony. All right. And you know the page that has been triggering all the white ignorance and the racists because he's been raising money, and the money he has raised has actually been in almost the ballpark of what Austin Metcalf raised. Austin Metcalf had to have a GoFundMe. He had two GoFundMes, if I'm not mistaken. One was raised $700K. The other one was, $100K. So Carmelo Anthony had one page and he was about 680 and they were livid. They were trying to frame the page as, look at black people. They're giving to a murderer. That's what they're doing. And this is what these demons do. They always try to frame, what God means for good, they try to frame and use it for bad. Because that's what they come here to do. The lineage of evil, to kill, steal, and destroy. That's what the scripture says.
How is this racist just able to come on here and say disgusting things like this? So because of their parents being white as well, you're saying this? If someone was to come on here and say all these things about black people, it wouldn't be okay, right? They'll be canceling him to oblivion. Everybody and their mama would be talking about him. Oh my gosh, this person's horrible. We got to get him out of here. We got to get him off YouTube or whatever. But because it's about white people, I'm not hearing much of a fuss. And I personally think that's disgusting. Yes, I think it is racism. I know there's a lot of black people that believe that you can't be racist if you're black. And I remember one time in particular, one of my former mentors, because after this moment, I stopped listening to a word he said, sat me down in a room with other black people, right? And they all like trying to push me to believe this, where they played a video about how black people can't be racist. And I remember watching it and arguing with them for like 5 hours. And they had no answers for a lot of my questions, right? Just more so, just believe us, you black. And that's nasty. I don't like that type of thinking. I'm not a let's put skin color first kind of guy. That's not my style, right? And we're watching this video of the non-amazing Lucas for educational purposes, right? I want to show you guys the type of racism that's out here. Play the nasty song.
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
Yeah, there's no excuse, bro. None. Like, I don't know how he's even getting away with this, but I'm gonna keep calling him out. I don't see many people calling him out. A few people. I think the actual Justice Warrior called him out recently. Black Conservative Perspective. Shout outs to him, man. Real good person. He called him out recently too as well, but he need to be called out a lot more.
With this lame excuse that GiveSendGo puts out. They go and say the reason why they, shut down the page, of course, after their heart goes out to the Metcalf family, the bullies who learned their lesson the hard way. But they go on to say that, hey, we took down the page because, its purpose is over, right? It's fulfilled. It's done. And I want you to think about, you name me what one other GiveSendGo page that they removed because it's fulfilled its purpose. Hell, the Daniel Penny GiveSendGo page is still up there. That trial is over. Did it fulfill its purpose? You can miss me with this nonsense. They try and frame it as if the page was exclusively about pretrial expensive. Now, if you look at the page, which you can't do now, but thank God to the internet, right? The internet's forever. But if you look at the page, they specifically say limited but not exclusive to, right? When it comes to travel expenses, when it comes to basic costs, when it comes to relocation, a litany of things. And don't tell that to the demons out there, because they're already running with a whole bunch of false narratives that have already been shown to be false. Oh, they use it on an Escalade. They use it on a house. Do you not even understand? First off, that's not true. Complete lies, but that's what they do. That's all they do is lie. You notice all they can do is lie because the truth is never in their favor. All they do is lie.
Yo, he's wilding. What, calling them demons and all that? That's not right. All they do is lie. That's all you do. And it's not because of the color of your skin at all. That's all you do. You just did like a video recently, right, that I covered. Make sure you check out my channel. But you did a video where you was trying to coach the lawyers on how they should be lying to help Carmelo get off. That's insane. But then you sitting here saying all these nasty things about white people. Yeah, nah, that's not right. That's not right. And you can tell he probably felt this way this whole time. Even when he was pretending to be like super conservative, he was lying. He had this hatred just in general in his heart. And he was trying to figure out ways to manipulate it to earn income. And then once the mask started to slip and he's like, wait a minute, I can't pretend anymore. I can't come on here and act. I can act a fool, right? You need to act like you know how to wash his hat. That's what you need to be doing. Act like you know how to do that with detergent or something. But this dude's just a grifter. He's an angry, nasty, racist grifter. I don't know how anybody can be a fan of him unless you are just as nasty.
All they do is lie. But you have to think about, why do they have to relocate? If y'all are such high impulse controlled individual, why would they have to relocate? Why? Because many of y'all are just like Austin Metcalf.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Just a bunch of bullies with low impulse control. Damn. That's what you all are. And in the end, all right, when it comes to the lineage of evil, when it comes to the demons, if you look at the scripture that they claim to profess, that they read and love, guess where everybody ends up? Just like Austin Metcalf, all right? That's exactly where they end up. They end up just where Charlie Kirk is, in the pits of hell itself, with the gnashing of teeth. So I want people to understand.
Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. This had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk in any way, shape, or form. You just felt the need to try to amplify your hate, go even crazier with it. What did this have to do with Charlie Kirk, bro? Not a damn thing. He just decided to toss that out there. And then with the hell no, come on. This dude is a cartoon character. There's characters in Wayne Brothers movies that's based on people like him that just act like this. He gotta be trying to like outrage people on purpose. Yeah, that's what he doing. He doing the Jack Dorothy. He rage baiting. Need to wash your hat, bait. Nah, don't bait. Throw that hat in the washer. I don't care if you wipe the hairs off of it. It's still dusty. We know what it looked like underneath. Just let it go. Like Frozen. Let it go. You're not fooling nobody. Is that why you're so angry? Why you sitting here trying to go after people because of the color of their skin? This is not okay.
There is nothing in GiveSendGo's policy that would even allow them to do such a thing. You're telling me that Carmelo Anthony's family or whoever created the page couldn't have updated the page like, hey, we're raising money now for an appeal. Is that what you're telling me? They couldn't have edited the page and changed as far as the goal of the page? Is that what? Of course they could have. Of course they could have. But you want to know what? GiveSendGo is not a black-owned platform. All right. And when you look at GiveSendGo, they are always going to cater to the lowest common denominator. And the lowest common denominator is the white ignorance.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
And as I've said before, there are probably plenty of white people who believe Carmelo Anthony should be free, or at least should have gotten, manslaughter, or believes that the sentencing was egregious. But due to the white ignorants who are violent around them, they have to keep their mouth closed. It's a tale as old as time, bro. There are plenty of white people who disagree with slavery, but due to the white ignorance around them, they had to keep their mouth closed.
Yo, this dude is insane, bro. So violence, you wouldn't say that about Carmelo Anthony? You don't think he had a tendency for that, especially you walking around with that thing? Like, who are we trying to fool? Lucas think he's so smart. Probably can't even spell his name correctly. Can't. Just a hateful, bitter, just nasty individual. And if I haven't said it before, I think he's racist. Just my personal opinion. I know I ain't showing my face right now, but I'm black. So before people even try to use that, they probably still gonna try to use the color of my skin to go after me. Either way, I think this dude Lucas is a cornball. I think he's trash, but that's also just my personal opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Hit the like button. Also, don't forget to hit the hype button and share.